Welcome to Tuesday, September the 24th, Henderson and Bailey's Homework Help. If we look down at number 1, the Wynn family takes a trip during spring break. Mr. Wynn drives at an average speed of 75 miles per hour. The equation below shows the relationship between D, the number of miles Mr. Wynn travels, and H, the number of hours he travels. What is the distance in miles Mr. Wynn will travel in 3.5 hours? Okay, this problem's not as bad as what you think because the equation's already been set up for us, and I rewrote it. D equals 75H. Before you can even solve a problem, you have to understand what the letters represent. The letters are variables that can stand for any numbers. So it says between D is the number of miles. So on this D, I want to draw an arrow and I want to label it miles. It's very important to label, label, label. And then the H, in the story it said in H, the number of hours. So again, label, label, label. So we want to label the H standing for hours. So if we put it back in word form, I'm saying that miles are equal to 75, and no sign means I'm going to multiply 75 times the number of hours. And our question wants to know, what if he went 3.5 hours? So instead of using the H, the variable H for hours, I'm actually going to plug in how far he did. So the question's wanting to know 75 times the 3.5 hours. Another way to write 3.5 would be 3.5. Remember, no sign means I'm going to actually multiply these two numbers. So I'm going to set that up so I can actually multiply 75 times 3.5, or 3 5/10. 5 times 5 is 25. Put my 5, carry my 2. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. I'm going to ignore the decimal and just multiply like normal. So I'm going to scratch, scratch. I'm going to lay my egg because I'm going to start in the next place. 3 times 5 is 15. Put my 5, carry my 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus the 1 extra is 22. I'm going to go ahead and add it up. It's 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. You with me? 3 plus 2 is 5, plus the 1 we carried is 6. And bring down my 2. The only thing you have to be careful of is this actually had a decimal in the problem. We had 1 decimal place in the problem, so you should have 1 in your answer. So he went 262 miles and a half. So 262 and a half, or 262 and 5/10 miles. Let's go ahead and look at the next problem we have for today. Okay, now I'm not going to help you with both of these, let's just look at the first one in number 4. It says find the sum of the following integers. Since all we're doing is adding, I'm just going to work from left to right. So if I'm focused on left to right, only one thing at a time, I have 5 negatives plus 3 positives. Remember, a negative and a positive cannot be put together. They cancel each other out. So I'm actually left with 2 negatives. I'm going to bring down the rest of the problem exactly the way it is. So now I'm going to bring down my plus -2. Then I'm trying to put 2 negatives together. A negative can be put with other negatives. So I'm going to get a total of -4. Okay, it's just been a while, so that's why I threw that on your homework help for tonight. Do the second one on your own. Think through it. If you have to draw a picture, draw a picture. This first one would have been 5 negatives. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it would have been 3 positives. 1, 2, 3. Well, negative and a positive, they cancel each other out. So we were left with 2 negatives. And then we were adding 2 more negatives with it. So that's why it gave us a total of 4 negatives. So if you have to draw a picture as a last resort, draw your picture. Moving on. Number 7, you don't forget you have to use your PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide, add and subtract. I have those side by side because they are opposites of each other. So it's whatever comes first from left to right. Looking at it, we have parentheses first. So here we have right here, 6 take away 4. So I have to do that first. Looking at that, 6 take away 4 is 2. So I'm going to bring it down. The exponent's on the outside. So I'm going to find the exponent of this first. And then I have my negative 3. And then my plus 5. Bring everything else down the way it is. Now the reason why this exponent, I want to put it on the 2 first. We've done the parentheses. What comes second in your operation? Exponents. So that means I got to figure that out first. 2 squared means 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. So now I have negative 3 times the 4 plus the 5. Now don't forget your new strategy of the triangle when you have your integers. So multiplying and dividing, we have our positive and we have our 2 negatives. So let me see here so you can see what we're looking at. We're going to do 3 times 4 first. Okay. We've already done our exponent. Now we're on multiply and divide. Negative 3, so I'm using a negative, and a positive 4. Get rid of those. What am I left with? Negative. So my answer is going to be negative 12. Bring down the rest of the problem. So I'm going to bring down my plus 5. Again, we're done multiplying and we didn't have any divide. So now we're with add and subtract. Here I have negatives and positives. I can't put them together because they're opposites. I really have to subtract. 12 take away 5. And 12 take away 5 is 7. I'm going to have more negatives than I have positives. So my answer is going to be negative 7. I hope this has helped for your Tuesday night's homework, and I'll see you again tomorrow night.